Hello viewers, welcome to CodeForAny, Fruit Market Apps Inside. Admin user inside you need to creating offers API, you need to call this here. First of all, you need to make here the one API. Need to not create this here the all item list because you need to here put this here the drop downs of the items. That's why need to creating here the all item list. You need to give this years and to select this years. Like this need to set here the functionality. That's why need to creating here this API. First of all, need to copy this here this item list API, and we need to remove this here the specific categories. We need to remove these parameters. Need to line of codes remove. Also need to remove here the conditions of the main categories ID. Need to remove these conditions. We need to remove here and also remove these parts and to making like this here the all items list API need to done here. Now need to call here the inside the app. First of all, need to integrations are the needs here. Now need to go here the definitions and we need to making like this here the API need to set here and we need to set this here the all items and we need to set this here the new names all item list like we need to set here. Now need to copy and we need to go against here the add screens and we need to call here the list of the all items. We need to put here the array here. So already given this here the items array, and now need to call here this API, paste this here this API names. Now need to copy this API and we need to paste this here. So now need to selecting this here the API names. Need to put remove here the parameters blank. Need to no needs here pass any parameters. Need to write down here the item list like here. So need to set here and also need to give this here the item array like this. You need to configurations and also need to configure this drop downs value inside this here the this need to find out here the type wise. We need to check here this years. Now need to find out years percentage. Now years. Now need to set here the select items, give this here the key names. We need to set this here the item names of these key names and we need to declare this here the array items array and we need to give this here the select value. Select val is equal to need to set here the selects items. Need to paste here for this data and change these items inside. Also need to configurations are the needs here. Now need to write down here inside this set states. Need to select item. Need to set this here the new val. Like need to configurations are the needs for this applications viewer need to put here. Now need to making here the callings here the API need to calls here for creates offers. Now need to copy here the another one API, paste this here and we need to change this here create offer API and we need to write down here admin, give this here the offer creates API. Need to put here maybe not declare here. Need to make here first of all go definitions and we need to write down here copy here paste this here. Now need to declare this here the offer related items offer creates like here and offer list. Today not call this here the offer list API. Tomorrow need to call this here the offer list API. We need to develop here. API callings not develops, already developed does inside the few months ago. So need to call it creating here and now need to give this here the titles. Need to set here offer create and offer list like here to declare here the two API and also deletes need to put here offer delete. Need to write down here offer delete. Need to write down here offer delete and offer updates also need to put here. Need to one time started offer after not possible to modify these offers because need to change and to reflect is the all users and to press given this order, so need to, that's why I need to possible to delete is good way for the applications. That's why I need to set here conditions after the one time started, then not modify these offers like this need to conditions here. If you not started, then to update this here the details is right way you need to set here. So otherwise need to other orders also affect it. That's why I need to only like this scenario need to put here for the updatings. If here the not started, then to modify. Now first of all, so need to call this here the creates API. Now need to go again here the admin parts. Inside we need to find out here the upper add screens and we need to paste this here the API names, and we need to pass this here the parameters and remove this one. Need to set here after we need to getting this here show this here the alerts for the creating offers message, and then after we need to pop this screens, we need to call this here the context dot pop extensions methods need to call here. Now need to save here for this API, and I need to call this here the submit buttons. Need to paste this here and to write down here API callings creates offers, and we need to set this here the data, and we need to pass this here the all parameters names find out here this API inside the node.js. Some users are the committed inside the how to run this years you don't know need to how to call, so need to complete this project and explain in details how to put inside the servers and to run this here the remotes. Need to explain in details, need to explain this here the full details how to configure this here the cloud servers. You need to A to Z details need to providing here the install this here the MySQLs SQLs, and need to mostly use this here the MariaDB you need to use for the MySQLs, need to versions of the MySQL database, need to different types and some functionality provide to different to MySQLs. Like here it supports here the nulls value, and MySQLs not support here the null value defaults. That's why I need to making here the issue for the API calls. Need to reduce this issue MariaDB. Now then after explaining here the how to set this here the Node.js setups also need to explain and to runs with the app, so need to explain in details. Now today I need to call this here the locally, need to set here the open names, first parameters like here's, and we need to set this here the txt name, and maybe declares here the text fields. We need to dates, we need to set here descriptions, quantity, also need this here the need to set get one by ones by qty qty and get UTY. Like these two text fields we need to needs. If here percentage, then to percentage text fields declares here txt percentage like here's. And also need to check some others needs or not needs. Need to start dates and dates already puts here's. Then after the select events also here events, and this events also need to providing here's. Like now we need to set here the related to text fields need to put here's. Tabs wise need to check here the drop downs already set its here. Now then after selected site terms, then after need to percentage and years to create here the row percentage. Now text fields and to set this here the txt prs like this sets for the percentage, and keyboard types also need to configure this here input keyboard input types. Text input tabs need to set this here the numbers, copy here, and same as for the by quantity, and also set here the keyboard types. Then after image get quantity side, we need to set here txt get quantity and set here the keyboard types as numbers. Like so, need to configure for these keyboards, and we need to all text box fields are the set at done, and now need to set here the one by one conditions for this API. First one is the name is empty. For this text box, we need to set this here the please enter this here the offer name like here. Then after another conditions, you need to put here the offer descriptions, descriptions, and please enter this the offer descriptions. Like these conditions are the puttings here. If now need to set here the conditions. If here type check here is type categories, and need to select category equal to nil, means here the null. Then to show this here the error message, please select categories like here. And another conditions, if you are not selected category, then to check this here the condition, select items, please select here the item like here, need to put like these conditions. Then after related to percentage, same conditions need to put here. If offer type, need to check here UI time conforms is PR. Check here the conditions of and if PR and txt here dot text is empty. Then we need to please enter here the percentage. Please enter percentage like here. Then after if you are not PR, then we need to give this here the common conditions need to put here. Need to set here paste this here. Now need to check here txt by quantity. Please enter here the by qty. Please enter minimum by quantity. Minimum by quantity. Like here. And we need to write down the txt get quantity. Please enter offer quantity, and then after here unit, select by unit equal to null. That's meant to give this here the select by units. Same as now need to copy, and we need to paste this here. Now need to write down here the select get unit, and to write down here the please select here the get unit. Need to like these conditions are the puts here, and then after these conditions need to check here the offer started are the selected as a nulls. Then need to give this here please started dates and end dates need to select here. Need to write down here select start date equal to nils, please offer start date date and time select. And same as need to end. And date times if equal to nulls, please operand times need to set here. Like so need to setting here the conditions. Need to apply here. So now need to put this here the all parameters of this API calls. Need to create here the multiples like this and set like this here. Now need to give this here the for descriptions is equal to need to set this here the txt description dot text like here. Then after the types means here the need to set here is category like here. So need to check this here the conditions. If category then once, otherwise need to set this here the two. Need to make sure inside the checking inside the database means offer means we need to give this here the two. And then after offer types image need to check here is percentage is PR. Then we need to set this here the ones, otherwise need to give this here the two. And now by units ID and after the by quantity and after get quantity unit ID and category ID item ID offer ID offer value means here the percentage start date and last one is end date end date like this sets now need to configure here the end date to string and here the string format need to check here the definitions need to check inside the commons extensions string formats need to set here for this API calls. Now go here the add screens and we need to set here the format we imports here go definitions and set here the format need to set here the YYY MMM DD HH MM like this give this here the formats for this end screen if not found then set this here to blank copy and we need to paste this here now need to set this here the variable name start date and now we need to set this here the offer value if here select this here the percentage then need to give this here the percentage value need to set here the percentage and to write down here the txt percentage and we need to if here the not percentage then we need to pass this here the 0% value of this percentage. Now same as we need to write down here is types is the category not category like here's conditions not category then we need to set the 0 and we need to write down here select need to set this here the items and we need to pass this here the item ID maybe use this here the box item underscore ID and set here the question mark need to write down here the to string is good like here need to put here then after so we need to set here the category now same as we need to copy and of course and to paste this here if here category Then to write down here the select category, and we need to set this here the category, maybe change here main categories ID, main get underscore ID. Like this, we need to configure here and set here. Now we need to check here the conditions. If not percentage, as means we need to give this here unit ID here the blank, and we need to set this here the select by unit, and to give this here experimentary science double quotes unit underscore ID, and set here the to string. Same is now need to copy, and to give this here the gets. Inside I need to configure, need to write down here the select gets unit, and again so need to copy, sign up for set here the quantity. By default need to set this here the value to check this here the database of the default value of this code, and we need to check here the offer details, structures, quantity, where there's here. That's why need to possible to blank here. Like give this here the blank, and now need to set here the text fields txt by quantity dot text, and here give this here the parameters txt get quantity dot text. Like this need to put here, and to call this here the submit buttons. Now need to copy, and already set it here is not edited. Now need to save here, and we need to restart this apps and to test here this API. Go my account, select here the offers, click on plus. Now need to give this here offer 1, creates here offer 10% off by any fruits. Set here the fruit category, give this here the 10%, and start dates we need to set this here the 15, and we need to select here the 17. Today offers need to set here. Now need to click ours, and offer created need to get this here the message, and again so another offers need to declare here offer 2, and we need to create here the buy one get ones. Need to buy 2 fruits and get 1. Like this, select here the category fruits, buy one get one, select here the 2 units, need to give this here the piece, and returns here the get one space free, need to offers here. Set here select dates, need to set here the 12 dates, and need to, and this offers need to set this here the 15 likes, and to add and create offer successfully. Same as now need to create here the specific sign terms, need to settings here the calls here the items for this API. We need to make sure this API calls of the initialize API calling item list, like here's, and need to back add here's, select here items, and to get this here items apples offer apple, and creates here the specific items offers, need to get this here the 5% swap, 20% swap. Like this we need to set here the 20%, and we need to select it, need to set this here the 20 and 21, so only one day offers. To like here the configures of the end, like here's, and we need to add seers and operate it successfully. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care. And tomorrow need to call this here the offer list API. Need to call seers and to build this list with the database.